Hello everyone, this is your teacher Clintz and welcome to your Filipino Odyssey class.
Our lesson for today is about origin of the Filipinos. Wave migration theory. According to Henry Otley Beyer and his wave migration theory, the first Filipinos came to the Philippines from Southeast Asia in groups. The first group came by foot through land bridges that once connected the Philippines and Southeast Asia. The first people are the Negritos, who arrived from Borneo to Palawan, Mindoro, and parts of Mindanao 25,000 to 30,000 ago. When the ice melted 25,000 years ago, the water level increased and submerged the low-lying parts of the world and with it, the land bridges. After the land bridges submerged, the Indones arrived by boat from South China and Indochina. They are the second group of people to arrive in the Philippines about 3,500 to 4,000 years ago. The third group of people who came in the Philippines are the Malays in between 300 to 200 before Common Era BCE. Anthropologists and historians disprove Bayer's theory because of lack of evidence. Austronesian migration theory. According to Australian archaeologist Peter Bellwood, the Austronesians are the first people in the Philippines. He said that the Austronesians are the ancestors of all Southeast Asians. He explained that Austronesians came to the Philippines in 2500 BCE from Taiwan. In 1500 BCE, groups of Austronesians traveled south of the archipelago, some Indonesia and Malaysia, some to New Guinea, Samoa, Hawaii, Easter Island, and as far as Madagascar. Bellwood's basis for his theory is the similarity in the languages used in Southeast Asia and the Pacific. American anthropologist Wilhelm Solheim too also believed that the Austronesians are the first people in the Philippines based on his Nusantao maritime trading and communication network hypothesis. Nusantao was derived from Austronesian words, Nusa, and Dao, meaning people from the south. According to this, Solheim believed that the Austronesians came from Indonesia to Mindanao in the Philippines. From the Philippines, the Austronesians continued to travel north until they reached South China. Core population theory. F. Landa Jocano is one of the Filipino anthropologists who disproved Bayer's wave migration theory. According to him, there is no sufficient evidence to prove that the Negritos were the first people in the Philippines. The basis for his theory was the remains excavated by Robert Fox's group in Taban Cave in Lipun Point, Palawan, in 1962. Discovered in the cave were parts of a skull, jaw, and teeth of about 3 different people. It became known as the Taban Man. The remains were about 22,000 to 23,000 years old. Different kinds of stone tools used in hunting birds, apts, and other small animals were found with the remains. Some of it were found in Guri Cave, also in Lipun Point. According to Jocano's core population theory, the first Filipinos belonged to a big group of ancient people in Southeast Asia. This is based on the similarities between the Taban man, a Homo sapien, and other fossils discovered in the region. In 2007, Armand Salvador Millares discovered in the Calo Cave in Penablanca, Cagayan, a small part of a human foot. This important discovery proves that the Philippines was inhabited 67,000 years ago, 47,000 years earlier than the Taban man, by the Calo man. Other evidences of ancient men in the Philippines. Year 2010 when another group of archaeologists discovered evidences of ancient life in the Philippines when they unearthed stone tools and fossils of big animals like the elephas, stegodon, and rhinoceros. Studies shows that these fossils and artifacts were used by what became known as the Cagayan man 750,000 years ago, around the same time as the Java man. Fossils of the Cagayan man are yet to be unearthed to prove its existence. Other evidences of ancient men in the Philippines. Year 2010 when another group of archaeologists discovered evidences of ancient life in the Philippines when they unearthed stone tools and fossils of big animals like the elephas, stegodon, and rhinoceros. Studies shows that these fossils and artifacts were used by what became known as the Cagayan man 750,000 years ago, around the same time as the Java man. Fossils of the Cagayan man are yet to be unearthed to prove its existence. That's all for today, thank you for listening.